We are live, guys. I am so sorry for the wait because we promised you guys we'll be coming live and now we are late. Blame it on me. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much, guys, for choosing to be here. I can see 3 people have joined already. I do apologize for the wait. So today is a big day. And Alice is back on this channel. That's why I said it's a big day. A lot of you have been asking me, Betty, what is going on? How is our girl Alice? How has she been doing? And she's doing good. She'll tell us. God has been fighting for her, and she will explain what is going on, what has been cooking, what the brothers have been cooking. She will tell us everything into details. And she's not alone. Today, she's with her husband. And welcome, Alice and Amos.
Hi, thank you for having us, Betty. I'm going to have Alice introduce me because people don't know who I am. So if you can say something so we can go straight. I know we are a little late, and we also apologize for the technicalities over there. So please.
Yes. Can you tell us if we are live? The one who is at the background, can they see us?
Yes, we got a thumbs up, and all is well. All is well. Yes.
Good.
Good morning. This is Alice again. I'm here, and I thank the Lord for this day. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank people who have been there supporting me, praying for me, and sending word of encouragement. I have received so many messages, and for the last 1 week, a lot of people have called us and texted us, asking us what is going on. Today, we are here to talk. I am not going to talk much. I'm just going to introduce my other half. At least we are 2. 2 is better than 1. That's why we are here. So he's going to speak today because for the last couple of videos, I did talk. So this time I gave him a chance, and he has everything that he needs to talk about. Mr. Amos,
yes,
my better half.
Yes, baby.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Take the mic. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Wananchi watukufu. My name's, like you heard, is Amos 10. And I'm glad to be here at Betty Aziz's channel. You guys know the saga that has been going on in Amuya's family. This is something that started 2 decades ago. It has exacerbated with other things that followed, and now we're here where we are because we, and especially me, who, as a Mugekoyo, believed at the Adoni Matihuragwa.
Yeah.
No Adoni Nemarajageire Adoni, because I have been issued, or there are being processed in Kenya, warrants of arrest.
Yeah. And it's important for you to, I'm so glad that you agreed to join so that you can shed the light and clear your name, because people will be wondering, how come Amos is,
I don't say nothing. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my glasses. So now this is the official me. All right. So I'm going to say a small light. So you people remember when Alice was here last time, we spoke about that the case had terminated.
Right.
And we have the recording where the prosecutor, or rather the person, the DPP, Mr. Obwajo, said that he had received a call from the headquarters in Nairobi and was actually told to go get a letter to supply to our lawyers. And I remember their counsel, our brothers and our moms' counsel, pleading for one more adjournment, and also saying that they would, if it didn't work, they would have done something they call private prosecution. And the judge was asking them, "What is that going to do to your case?" And so when that happened, we waited for the directions. We waited for directions. So it kept going, mention. So let me tell you, people. It's not been easy. It's not been easy. Ever since this thing started, it's not been easy for none of us. Not for them, not for us.
So, Amos, let me ask you, because when we talk, and I remember sharing with my people here that there was a case that was going on, Alice and you and your dad, the murder conspiracy.
Yes.
So that case, I thought it was over. You guys won. Is it
Or
back?
so you think. Or so you think. And that's why we're here today. We're here today because there are things. Listen, I don't want to start off on a wrong foot because I want to shed some light before I say what I have to say about the people we're dealing with back home in Kenya. I'm not attacking the Kenyan government, but we're very frustrated. We are very, very frustrated. The fact that we actually send so much evidence. We went to court in America. This thing was resolved within a day. All right? And even though it was a restraining order picked up on Alice, not me, who is also in the case, there was a restraining order that was actually put down by Daniel Njuguna, who also, aka Anthony Mwaura, took a restraining order on Alice after he came back from Kenya, saying that, his life is in danger, whatever. Kwani mimi siwezi wa mtu, yani ulinidharau tu hata hukunichukulia restraining order, ukachukulia sistako, and then later on umeniongeza kwa kesi. So let me do this. I'm going to give a short synopsis because this story is very, very, very long. And when we sat down, me and Alice, we said we're going to divide it in 3 segments. This is my wife. This one. I don't know if people can see this.
We can see it. I don't know. People are asking we speak Swahili. We don't want to speak Kikuyu because
nitachanganya na Kiswahili kidogo.
Kiswahili, yes.
But the reason we're actually back here is because Dad has been on Jeremy, the marriage, twice. But every time they go over there, they speak Kikuyu.
Yes.
And we feel like something got lost in between because the officials that we wanted to this message to get to don't understand Kikuyu. If you look at the structure of the Kenyan government, the majority don't speak Kikuyu.
Yes.
So as a matter of fact, to be honest with you, this is Alice.
We do English and Swahili.
Kila mtu anajua Alice. Alice ni bibi yangu.
Yes.
Alice amefanyiwa madhara. Alice alinyang'anywa vitu zake. Alice ametendewa madhambi. But actually, as a matter of fact, umuthi ndĩrenda kwaria ũhoro wa baba. Nataka kuongea juu ya dad.
Alice's father.
Alice's father, who is now also my
Your
father because he gave me that blessing. Na mimi nimetoa mahari, nimetoa Alice.
Yes.
Tutigĩtio gũthiĩ kũrenga kĩande. Mũthuri ũyũ wĩtagwo Francis Muya wa Kahutu. This man right there.
We always see this man on the screen. Guys, the one that people in Kenya, you have seen this man. Kama vijana wake wanamuitanga suspect.
Suspect. This man, what this man has gone through, I don't wish it on my worst enemy.
Bring it back on the screen.
What this man has gone through, I do not wish it on my worst enemy. And this did not start with Alice because Alice got married, stuff got started. No, this is stuff that's going back 2 decades. If you go on Jeremy Damaris, there is a part where Fafa Aragia Oho Aigeirwa Meshiga Nyuba. I don't know if people remember that. If you go on Jeremy Damaris, he speaks about when he was set up. Somebody put guns in his house and bullets. 83 bullets. I think he said 4 guns and 4 bullets. And Dad was arrested. What happened to that case? It was tossed out because they knew it was a setup. Dad had been living away from his home, a mansion that was built by his kids. Number one, let's talk about this. Watu wangu muniambie, which man do you know in the 90s, late 90s, that brought 5 kids to America? This kid's right here. These kids right here. And the years they came. Ni nani mnajua ameleta watoi watano America hii? Francis Moya did it. How did he do it? He sold his own. He said actually on Jeremy Damaris part 2, he speaks about how he had 7 real estates. He even had rental apartments. I think he said 30. How many were they, baby? Like 34 or something?
10 of them, apartments.
He sold them so that this dude right here called Martin Jenga Muya, this guy right here, and he was the first one to come here. He came here in 96, right? Yeah, he came in 96. He sold his property so Martin could come to America. 2 years later, in 98, he sent Alex Karaoke wa Moya. Alex, I know you're online, unaweza nisikia. Na mudu wetagwo Moka Lire now. Na mutumia wakwa.
And those are his own biological children.
Now, listen to this, people. I'm not in this family by accident. Because ask me how I met Alice. I picked them up from the airport in 1998. Where did they go when I picked them up from the airport? They came to my house. Who was living in my house? Martin was my roommate.
Alice's brother.
Yes. So now, in 98, I had 3 siblings from Mr. Muya. I had Martin, who had come in 96. And then in 98, I had Alex and I had Alice. Did me and Alice start whatever we have today? No. Because she had her life and I had my own life going. Later on, I think it's in 2003, Sylvia came. Where did she go? She came to live with Alice. Danny, who is a culprit who actually that guy there, came, I think, in 2005 or 2006, right there. I'm not sure. 5 kids. This man sold his properties.
Are they still there? Are they still in the US? All of them? Can you tell people?
No. Alex, amerudi Kenya. Martin, amerudi Kenya. Who is bagging Fafa in Kenya? It's those 2.
Yes.
He brought you to the US. The little parcel of land that he has left is what you guys want. But you know what? Let me do a quick intro. This Mzee, Francis Moya, came to America 3 times. And all those 3 times, I met him. And as a matter of fact, I also met Mami. That lady, Itadagago Tegura, because I have respect, Yamushiari, and I stayed in the shadows because I didn't want to talk about this family a lot, even though I became a part of them. It's very frustrating. I met them. They also met my mother here in the US. They met my mom here in the US. There was no relationship, deep relationship like, oh, this one loves this one. But we were very good friends. Why? Alice was in my wedding that I did, I think it was 2003. She was, what I made the phone, bridal party. Nani uhiki wa Alice wa Abere, I was the MC. Uhiki wa Sylvia, I was there. I have been in this family like tumekuwa tumeshikana hivi. So let me tell you something also. Mudo wetako Alex Karaoke wa Moya. When he started his Royal Signature business, he approached me. And because I used to own a small business in downtown Brockton, Massachusetts, he asked me, how do you do business? I took this man to New York. And I took him to Chinatown. I took him to Go Downs. I also took him to Jersey City and showed him where we bought things for less to come and sell to make a profit before he moved to Indiana. Martin Jengabuya, you were my roommate, and we were cool. We were very good friends. And I remember before you left to Kenya, ulituita harambe, tukufanyia harambe uliponaenda kuoa. I'm trying to shed a small light of how these people are.
Yes.
We gave mchango for Martin to go get married in Kenya. At the time, he was living in North Attleboro, which is about 40 minutes from here. He had collected some computers or whatever, and he left for Kenya. Did he do the wedding? No.
No.
Dad on Jeremy Damaris speaks about how Martin went, he was broke because the stuff he took over there was not working. He was trying to set up classrooms in schools to do like Windows, whatever. But all his stuff was garbage. So that didn't work. It failed. What did he revert to? To a point where Dad gave him a credit card. Oh, ATM credit card. ATM card. Muthuri Ucio sent these two dudes to America to come and better their lives. But they decided, you know what, it ain't enough. Alice, who had been here after Martin, worked so hard and built her apartment, which was relegated to her mother as a caretaker. Alice couldn't travel to Kenya, and I know people keep asking, why did she use her mother? Her mother was just a caretaker. The person actually that was put on those title deeds, whatever the certificate of title deed, was that brother called Samuel Njuguna, who took a loan on those apartments as a collateral and never paid. Who paid it? Alice did. A little later on, when these guys couldn't function, I don't know why they couldn't function here. Everybody survives here in America. Like you could be so broke today, but tomorrow you have money in your pocket. All you gotta do is go hustle like everybody else. I don't know why they went back to Kenya. According to Fafa, she Alice.
Because
Why?
they had a chance to stay in America, work for
Yes.
themselves, and support
And build
the
their own
father.
apartments. But they went to Kenya. So ask me why those apartments transitioned from Sami, who had taken a loan, to now Martin Jenga Muya, who also took a loan and never paid. Not to say that a little later on, that also, but we're going to get to that, because in 2021 is when the bottom fell out in his family. Is when the bottom fell out. I knew Alice, I knew the family, I know all the family members. Modrito and Adiadona. And I don't speak more about them. Nimodota Oliver. I've heard about her. I have never met her. Ko would digeri Gorodia Oliver. Did that manina sa Namodota Sami. Did that manina Modogo to Jose. So I can't speak too much about them. But I need Joey. I will speak about them because I know them. Modurio Wetago Francis Mue. Oyo wakafutu. Number one, you guys heard me say there's a time he was set up with guns in his home. He used to work in Nairobi. I think he said he used to go to Nairobi 3 times a week. He was in a Mau Mau Federation, whatever, you know, and he was, I think, a vice for something. And he used to go to Nairobi. Betty, are you still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I touched. Yes,
No, there
I'm
you
still
go.
here. I was
Yeah, I
trying
see
to
you.
bring you more on the screen. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Now you're good. So Dad came from Nairobi. He gives that story is so precise. He gets home, mommy is not there, the kids are there. He goes upstairs to rest, and looking from upstairs, what does he see? A Land Rover or a Land Cruiser or whatever, the police car came, and he knew something was going down. Daddy ameshuka chini, anaambiwa tunataka kufanya search. Wameenda juu, wametoa sijui bunduki, sijui na marisasi. Akasema mimi nimekuja leo, I just got home. Kwa hivyo mtubebe na kila mtu hapa. Tuende pamoja ndo waseme hizi vitu zilitoka wapi. But they only took him. And that was a case that Dad fought. I don't know how he did it, but he won that case because he was let go. Now, my question was, and my question still is, what happened to the guns and the bullets? And who actually did that setup? According to Dad, According to Dad, the matriarch knows something about it. For those who don't know the matriarch, go Google that word. The matriarch, not the patriarch. The matriarch knows something about it. Hiki tulianza kitambo sana. Muthuri uyo, why are they fighting with his wife? Why all this hatred between husband and wife, even before I showed up? Because according to Dad on Jeremy, they have been separated for more than 20 years.
Mhm.
When they came to America 3 times, the 3rd time, Mom was left here. And she stayed for a very long time to a point that she violated her status. Dad was back home by himself. What do they do? They make noise.
Yes.
Why do I have to eat scraps when I have a wife who's stuck in America? So when Mommy went back to Kenya, there was a scuffle. They fought, according to Mom, to Dad. They had a scuffle while they had a scuffle. What did Mommy do? Mommy lured all the kids to hate Dad. Na walimchukia mpaka Alice, huyu alichukia fadhake huyu. Because Dad, out of 10 kids, no one was on his side. That man left. You know, during Molo clashes?
Yes.
In 2007, nyumba za Alice zilikuwa zimeisha kule chini. The whole family went to live there. But who was left living at Cambereria? Dad. Alibaki peke yake huko. Sasa hii mambo imeenda imechacha. Wamekuja America, mambo imekuwa sawa, clashes nishiathirire. When they fought, handu hasi anakureka mamu wao na papa Mariu na itoro mamu wao yorire muci. They built a home for her. Eliminating any chances of reconciliation. They built her a home. Dad complains. Watoto wake walimnyang'anya bibi. And he swore he will never go to the kid's house to go summon his wife and bring her back. Sababu yeye kulingana na yeye anasema, bibi mkikosana akihapa anaenda kwao. Akienda kwao, daddy atatafuta wazee, akina mama whatever adwalika leo, waenda huko they do whatever, wakae chini waongelele, waseme what's going wrong, can we resolve this? These things have been happening. Maka kina shosho wetu, they used to fight. I remember Ginya Hede, my auntie had left for Kahaine in Muranga. And she lived there for 2 months and my uncle was distraught. He didn't know what to do. And I shati moja for 3 weeks. Sabu nguo hazifuliwi. Na hivyo zikihorera mama witoguo. He's someone of those older men. They went and they brought her back. She has never left the house ever since. But what did these people do? You eliminated that chance for your mother and your dad to reconcile. And for your home to become one again. Now, wamepigana. Watoi wamejengea baba yao, mama yao nyumba. Wameacha mzee peke yake kwa shamba. At the time, the kids that were in America had done a due diligence. Walijengea baba yao na mama yao a mansion. I think it's how many bedrooms? 7 bedrooms building. When Dad was left over there, na madhe amehamia kule tangu siku za clashes, Daddy amebaki peke yake huko. Guess what was happening? Wakora wanakuja usiku. Anarushiwa mawe. He lives by himself. What did he do? He leased that land to somebody and ran. Akakimbia akaenda Njoro. So he went from Molo to Njoro, where he lived for 12 years. So let me ask you, watu wa Mungu wacha niulize swali. And this is very, very serious. Who do you know that has 5 kids in America na kazi yao Kenya ni kureivia bori? They becomes a shepherd for somebody so they can be fed. Apewe chakula ya tumbo. And even though he leased his land so that he can get a little bit of cash to help him while he was in Joro, what did they do? They went and chased whoever had leased the land and refunded the money, eliminating whatever little chance he had to make some money. Walifukuza whoever had leased the land. So no money was going to Dad. And it stayed that way for over 10 years. I say over 10 because I might not be precise, but I know that's exactly what happened.
Hmm.
While he was away, there's a phone ringing over here. Hold on. While he
Guys,
was away,
all you know what I get from this is these boys, they had a chance, or men, they had a chance to work for themselves in America, get everything, lakini wanaamua kurudi nyumbani kufrustrate baba yao.
yes.
And then wakiwa nyumbani kufrustrate baba yao, and then waliingilia ndoa ya baba yao na mama yao, and you know, based on vile mama yao anawaambia. But sasa Alice akarudi pande ya baba yake because she realized baba
Exactly
yake hana
that.
makosa.
Exactly
So
that.
sasa Alice na baba yake ndio wanakuanga sasa hao ndio wanakuanga na shida, like the family.
Even Alice was not on that side, and I'm gonna get to that point where why she went back to say sorry and apologize to her dad.
Okay.
Dad was living by himself, and while he was living by himself, like I said, alikimbia akatoka Molo akaenda Njoro. While he was in Njoro, shamba yake imechukuliwa, mwenye alikuwa amerent amefukuzwa. There's no more money coming in. What did she do? Alitafuta marafiki wa kumsaidia.
Yeah.
There's a video these boys recorded themselves scolding their father and jeering him, telling him that, oh, he went to Njoro ati ena kashugwa.
Yeah.
Ena kashugwa. And then he's telling them, ona nyumo ena tuanyu. Tono nimo thuri oreko oyo geikara miaka 12 ndari muhoreri wa nguo ndari mundu wa kumurugira na nimweheririe nyina mulichukua mama yenu mkenda mkamjengea huko.
Yeah.
While in Njoro, Dad made friends with, and I'm gonna introduce somebody who is gonna be very relevant in this case, segment 2.
Yes.
This man. That man right there, his name is Raphael Ngugi. Raphael Ngugi is Dad's best friend. How do I know? Because even when I lost my sister, they came. Actually, this picture is from my sister's funeral. That's how close they were. But this is much, much later. Dad met Raphael Ngugi. How was he significant in Dad's life? Dad is all by himself. Nobody is in his life. Akaenda kamchukulia mpaka NSSF. Zile pesa hutolewa za wazee. So at least Dad had company. And this company stayed intact until 2021. No, 2024. But before I get to 2024, let me go back a little bit. Dad has suffered. He was suffering and is still suffering today. In 2021, me and Alice came, we became friends, family friends. She got married, she has 4 kids. I got married, I have 2 boys. You know, everybody was living their life. That marriage went sour, my marriage went sour. I'm living somewhere in California. And then I'm praying to God. As a matter of fact, there's a point, me and Alice used to go to the same church. Near that is single father. Nakia is single mother. And we were praying that me and number bibi yangu of the moment upon it, because I thought there was too much fighting. Nobody wants to give leeway for the other. So we were going back and forth all the times. So I was praying like, when is this going to stop? We were fighting too much. Alice, she had her own issues. There was a divorce or whatever. They had separated. I don't know whether it was a divorce or separation. I don't know. She was also praying for the time husband to do whatever and come back or whatever. But those two didn't work. In 2021, I lost my mother and Alice took the mantle. While I was doing Zoom from California, the person I saw there was Alice taking care of stuff. And she was not the only one. There was so many other women there, single women, younger or whatever. But I saw something in her that I had never seen before. And when I came for my mother's memorial, I told her, you and I, we're going to raise our kids together. And I didn't care if she had a boyfriend or not. I didn't care what I told her. We are going to raise our kids together. She thought I was drunk. Yeah, she thought I was drunk. She's like, oh, you know what? Can you repeat these things tomorrow? I'm like, what time? She said in the morning. I said, should I bring my kids? And you bring your kids so we can put them together? I said, yeah, bring your kids, I'll bring mine. Guess where we went? It was during COVID time. So to Canada, some place called 110. But the seating capacity was 6. We already have 6 boys. Mimi na yeye, that's already 8. We couldn't find seating. Wakasema, no, these are very big family. We cannot host you. Tukarudi Brockton. And then to Texas Roadhouse, they hosted us over there. Alice brought her best friend, Kibibi. I'm not going to mention her name here, but they were very, very close. Very, very, very close. They used to call each other Kibibi. And when we came home, that person was my witness. I repeated the same words I had said the previous night. And they both started crying. And well, guess where we were seated? Right here where I'm at, on this table. Na mimi na Alice tulianzia hapo. Like our love amalgamated. It became something that I'm still proud of even today because I experienced love like I had never experienced before. Honesty. Ile mtu anakushughulikia, unamshughulikia. We talk every single day. Me and my wife, we talk every single day for at least 2 hours. I'm a truck driver. I'm always on the road. When I get bored and there's a distance that I have to cover, the person I call is her. Tunaongea. I don't even know what we talk about. But you know what I say? We talk a lot of nothing. That means everything to us.
Yes.
Okay? So now, me and Alice tumeanzana. Alice at the time, and it's not like I Googled Alice or did a research to see what she does for a living. No. Was working with her brother, Daniel Njuguna Muya, aka Anthony Mwaura, running also a trucking business. And when they found out that Alice was dating me, hey,
Hell broke loose.
yes, hell broke loose. Why? I have a reason. In 2011, I think in 2011, 2010 there. That's why when I tell you I know these kids, I know all of them. And I know them pretty well. I used to own a business where I told you, Alex came and I took him to New York to go down to go show him how to do the loops or whatever to sell gifts. Alex said, and I introduced him to that business. His brother, that Daniel Njuguna right there, this guy right here, I owned 2 stores at downtown Brockton. And then right next to me, there was a Honeydew Donuts. They sell donuts and coffee. And at the time, I had hired this guy that I still love and respect.
These are people you have hassled with, kabisa.
Listen, you know what? Well, let me say this as a segue. I was at the Vet Center for more than 11 years.
Wow.
And while I was there, I hired so many Kenyans who are today, some of them are nurses or doctors. Some have went to JSC. I helped everyone with an open heart. And I still do. I also used to be an MC for people's weddings, people's funerals. I did it, everything. And guess what? I never charged a dime. Near the our MC. They didn't pay me. I didn't need to get paid because I'm helping my fellow Kenyans. There's this guy that I had hired called George Muraya. And I want you to notate that word, Muraya. Which I'm going to tell you, karma, like they say, and I'm not trying to be nasty, karma is a bitch. And it comes back to bite you. And if it doesn't bite you directly, it'll affect your people. George, who was working for me at the little gift shop, knew that those people approached me and they said, oh, the Honeydew Donuts is going to move out. It's going to be vacant. What did George do? He went and sought Danny. Tony, because that's not his name. Daniel Njuguna was supposed to liaise with George to take that a portion of the business. It's one building with little stalls. All right. So he liaised with Daniel Njuguna so they could take the third stall instead of me having 3. I think I was also a little bit greedy. But you see, there was no competition. All right.
Yes.
So what did Danny do? He went around to George. This guy, who we're going to talk about later on. By the way, I can introduce him for those that don't know who he is. I'll show you who Daniel Njuguna is. All right? Because he's here somewhere hiding. Oh, I found him.
And he lives in, he's your neighbor, actually.
5 minutes away.
5 minutes away, and the brother to Alice that frustrates the hell out of Alice and Amos.
Voila. You see this man right here? Remember that face, because you will see that face in our second segment. And I will tell you what that says about this guy.
Let me, hold on, just hold his picture right there. For those who don't know, because there are so many people who are joining and they don't know what's going on. This guy is Alice's brother, and he's here in America. Instead of him taking Alice and Amos to court here in America and clear whatever his problem is, because the main issue is this guy stole Alice's properties. So when Alice is always asking him, give me my property back, kila mtu aende kando. He does not want to do that. He wants to take Alice and Amos into shady corner hivo, anawapeleka kotini, ana bribe my judges back to back. Alice matoragio magotini ni muthurio yo na ikaraga 5 minutes away from Alice and Amos' house. Continue.
Okay. So we're gonna get to that part in the second, because this story is very long. We could be here for 3 hours or 4 hours.
Yeah.
But because I don't want people to get bored, we are going to break it down into 3 segments. The first segment, I'm talking about Daddy, na Mami, na Alice. The second segment, I'm talking about the siblings and what they have done and how I know them. Yes, I'm giving a little intro. The third segment, I will introduce you to some other people. Oh, by the way, this is, you see that guy? That's the guy that told us he's going to go to Kenya to go get married. And we gave him money. He never got married and then went over there. I don't know Yafafa. And they go shortly. So let's leave it at that for now. Let me go back to my story before I lose my footing. Daniel, alipiga George Kichinichini. He went and took that business by himself. And I told George, what have you done? What have you done? Why would you go bring competition where we was up? You work for me. I pay you good money. It's the only dollar you make in America. Why are you bringing me competition? Like I said, I was a little bit greedy. I was trying to eliminate competition, but that's fine because I knew what was going to transpire after. His work was to sell coffee and donuts. And because it's a government building, which is subsidized, we were allowed the time we were supposed to be there, times of operation. He was supposed to be there between 5 and I think 11, 12 and disappear. I was supposed to come in at 10 and leave at 5, between 5 and 6. But my little gift shop, that was from open to close because we used to give people change. There was a lot of stuff that, by the way, it was a very good business. 300 to 400 customers every single day. So when Daniel came, and I'm trying to tell people why this guy hates me to the core. Where all these nonsense started from. He either failed to pay rent or he violated code of ethics over there and they refused. The building and that's a government building, refused to renew his lease and they kicked him out. Do you know who used to work with him at the time at the store?
Yeah.
Sylvia was always there. Do you know who I never saw there? And I don't think Did you ever step a foot in there, Alice?
Don't remember.
I don't think I ever saw Alice there. The only person I saw there was Sylvia and Danny. So he got kicked out. Guess who took the business? I did. Because they approached me and they said, oh, this guy actually didn't even take his stuff. He left all his things there. There were coolers. He trashed the place and left. He trashed the place and left. They gave it to me and I ran it. I ran it for so long until I couldn't do it no more. I became a slave to my business. And I decided, you know what? They were going to shut it down to do renovations and they gave me 6 months off. They were going to have me go back and 6 months no rent. And then when I went home and I was not going to work, I felt relieved. Because it was a cash business. Whatever. So when I came back in 2021 and he knew that I was dating the sister, nikatumana kwake to let him know. You know what he said? No, I'm okay. No, you'll find my wife. Like, remember that respect. But he trashed it. So today was Dad's day. And I wanna leave that at that because I want to talk about whatever he has done, whatever, and then we'll continue from there. So Alice built her apartments. 2021, tumeanza kudate. 2021, she was fired by Daniel because she's dating a guy that they don't like. 2021, Daniel flew to Kenya and took Alice's property from Martin, who was the second guy who had taken a loan that we didn't know until, Alice had paid and told the mother to take the apartments back in her hands, which never happened. This guy went to Kenya, 2021. Remember that year? He flew to Kenya and took the property from Martin's hands. Under what premise? Alice, and I think he because there was a recording that's there.
Oh, so he left here.
He flew to Kenya.
He didn't even tell Alice that he had plans to go to Kenya. And so did they sell the property to him?
I actually have a text. Can you give me that text, Alice? The one from Alex?
Did they sell that property to, or how did they transfer from that name to? Obviously, they kept it.
So according to him, there's a transaction that transpired here in America. When he went back to Kenya, he told them, Alice, I'm in Uzia nyumba. But you think I buy that? I don't buy it. No, I don't buy it. I do not buy it 1 cent. I don't buy it. The only reason he was given that apartment is because he has money to protect it. Not because he bought it. Why? He came back here, we went to court because he took a restraining order on Alice and said in front of a judge, so in Kenya, you bought it. In America, you are given. Which is which? Where are we? Why are you lying? Dad, while these apartments were being built, because today is his day, decided, as long as I'm leaving, decided, why how much money is being sent by Alice.
You can bring him back on the screen, the picture.
Oh, Dad, yes. He didn't want to be a part of that. And he says on Jeremy Damaris, he had known that people were cheating even their kids and stealing from them. And they were being sent money and not doing what they promised to deliver. He didn't want to be a part of that. He didn't want to get tempted. Alice. So agitigirao mutumia wake wira. Mutumia ucio natiko mutegura kana ki utocio mutumia wake. Osho wakeirwo ni ciana akeherio he baba. Eliminating any chance of reconciliation. Mr. Muya, 2021, we alerted him that me and Alice, I told Alice, listen. Oh, by the way, so me and Alice, we started dating and we started traveling. We're going all over the place. You know, we are happy. I drove my truck from California. Although, according to them, I came here with, I think I was butt naked, according to them. And if there's pants that I wear, Alice bought them for me. I have recordings, and I don't know why God favors me, because these recordings was between Tony, the fake Tony, and Tony, the brother, now the real Tony, because they also have a Tony. They have Anthony Kenodia, who is in Qatar, who is actually on Akamana Wafafa, and they have Anthony Moura, who is here. There's also now the real Anthony, Wanyinawamiri. They used to call me Akwa Dani. And that's how Anthony Moura, the original, the one that is in Kenya, whose identity theft has been stolen. That's how they met with Daniel Njuguna. And because Martin was already in America, they told this guy, go bring your staff to Takusaidia Kuja America, and he gave whatever he gave. And then this guy, but I'm alluding too much to Tony, and I want to talk about him next time. Let's talk about that. Because it's too much. It's too much with him. I cannot even keep focus because it's too much. Who's this guy anyway? What is his name? So Dad was alerted by Alice that we are dating. We were all over the place traveling America. And he had some people, because I had a recording where they, whatever. Anyway, so Dad is living at the time in Joro in an 8x4 bed sitter. Somebody that owns a mansion in Molo, Cambodia, that was disowned by all his kids, including his wife. But has new friends over there. He has that guy that I introduced that called Raphael Ngugi, and Dad also had a partner. He met somebody that was washing his clothes and cooking for him, and he's happy. It's not a secret. Yeah. And they also have a son called Martin Jenga Muya. So I knew Dad is not in good condition, whatever, because I spoke to Alice and I'm like, wait, whatever. So we found a way to bring Dad back in the loop. At the time where we were traveling America, we went to San Jose, California. Kwa mutumia twende tamuno na ego thaisi ego ku nyumba eno tumwitaga Auntie Cecilia. She lost her husband, Bob, and then we went there. Na tueko we were planning now. Oh, it's a new, like, I'm so excited. I have somebody I love now. She's excited. We spoke to Mommy in Kenya, Mama Alice. And she was very excited too. And she said, and Auntie is a witness because she was there on speaker. We were all talking. I didn't know, for me, my part, I didn't know that there was a separation between her and Dad. It was none of my business. All right? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now, but I had something that was a little off, where I think she thought we were going to bring Rurashio to her. Because Alice told me they don't live together anymore. And she has her own place. Dad still lives somewhere in Joro in a cubicle. According to my tradition, you kuria nyumite bari ya wendua andu aria moe bari ya wendua turi amucatha ya mogo tutiracagiria tumia. And this one I know tondu nie ndakurire na guka na shosho. By the way, I'm called Wanjiru because I didn't have a father. I'm raised by a single woman. Alice Wanjiru, may her soul rest in peace. Tutiracagiria tumia. Now I was very excited kumenya thiru nigugia na baba. No rudere wore unige ndiko ya na baba guraciria mutumia ungi. I'm like, no. Alice, endo tafute baba yako. I didn't know the family dynamics at the time. So we went and we found Dad and we started planning on how Alice is going to go and apologize for disowning him and going back to his life. And that happened. How did that happen? And I summoned the whole of Moshada. I want you people to go on YouTube and Google Alice and Amos Mbogwa's Rorashio. We had more than 400 people in that event. Very, very beautiful. But before that happened, there was now the little segment that we go in and do our thing. All right. So how am I going to bring the whole of Moshada in an 8x4 or 8x2 cubicle where father lived? Baba na kalia kitanda. Even on Jeremy Damaris's, you guys have seen that video. Wamekaa nje. Because his room is so tiny, there's nowhere to sit. How am I going to go and bring my Adoni, the in-laws, to that little tiny room? So I said, you know what? Prep yourself, go back to Molo. Even if you're going to pitch a tent, we will come over there, we'll clean it up, we'll come sit over there. Once my event is done and I'm done, and I give you whatever, you know, those traditions, then I'll disappear. You do whatever you're going to do. That was my dad. What happened after that? Mzee akaenda Molo to go and try to access his property so he can have agenialis. Anametaka agenialis. Walimkataza funguo za kuingia kwa nyumba. Kwa nyumba yake. Mzee akaenda alienda police station ama alienda kwa chief. Wakamuuliza, wewe mzee, kama nyumba ni yako, mbona unaomba ruhusa uingie kwako? Why? Which man begs for permission to enter their own homestead? Akaambiwa kama wamefunga na wamekatana funguo, enda ukatakata hizo vifuli na uingie. Na ukiingia mzee, usiwahi toka.
Yeah.
Guess what was going on with the home? Remember, number one, Dad left because of threats from people that used to come. He could see people from up there because it's a 2-story building or 1-story.
He feared for his life, yes.
He feared for his life and he ran away. When he came back, guess what had happened to the property? There was like a wall of Jericho surrounding the home. Imewekwa mpaka zile fences za prison kule juu. Very beautiful gate. The home was about to be leased, at least we now know from Dad, to some doctor for like 10 years.
Oh. By his sons.
Oh, I have a video. By the way, can we find that video? Where after Dad came, mzee amerudi na ameingia kwake. Na huku ni kwake, si ati whatever. This is not even an inheritance. This is personal property. Mzee amerudi. Amefungua, ameingia ndani. Amesettle. Ameambiwa ukiingia huko ndani usiwahi toka. The day of Kohadaidege, that's the little segment that happens. This is what we need. This is how we do things in Muya's family. Those people showed up. Martin, Mami, and Alex and other people. Now they want to be a part of the event. Yet mulikataza kumpatia ufunguo. And the chief was there too. He can attest to this if he's still living. Mzee akasema, wewe chief unaweza ingia, lakini hawa watoto wangu na mama yao wasiingie huku. Najua nataka kuja kuharibu. wanataka kuja kuharibu prayer group ya Alice. So that happened, and the home was beautiful. It was very secure. Now dad doesn't have to fear for his life, because if kama utakuja uvunze hiyo gate uingie, I think you have to bring a bulldozer, because how thick and how tall the walls are.
Wow.
Who did this? Let me tell you how God works. Mulikuja mkafukuza baba yenu sababu you could send people over there to go throw rocks. You could go throw rocks at him and he feared for his life and he ran away. 12 years he was not there. Sasa amerudi. The homestead imefixiwa. It's very secure. And he's in there. So found it. Amerudi. These people, after we wageni wangu wamekuja na wameenda, they were trying to go in there. They showed up the next day. And I want you to listen to this. I know it was played here before, but I'm going to play this one more time. Kila mtu ana right ya hii boma.
Songesha kwa microphone.
Kila mtu. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yes, a little bit.
That was Alex telling dad that everybody has the right to access that boma. Yes, they spent their money, they were trying to lease the place or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what question dad asked? Nawe yako boma iko wapi? Alex, who used to live in America and abandoned his family and kids, how many kids he has?
3.
3 kids and a wife, took off to Kenya. Watoto wake wamekuwa without a father. The wife has never remarried, waiting for this guy dude to come back. These are heartbreakers, I'm telling you. Let's continue kidogo.
Mwarekire gukane kihede Adamu. Erere. Tulinati kuona.
Can you hear it?
Songesha kwa mic.
Wananyo umuranyo nali.
Ne kwaja wahorire kwi right.
Okay, pause it. I don't know if you heard there, Martin is behind the door talking to Danny. Do you know what he said? Reketo mwikire heho. Reketo mwikire heho. This is your father. Mwikire heho. Now, I want you to explain to somebody, if you ever get a moment, mwikire mudu heho ni atia.
Is to frustrate them. You want to frustrate your father. How old is your dad?
Muciari uria wa muciari akimurehe America mukire muone maisha guku mugithie kumutunya kanyamu karia atigitie na ni mwa muigatire muci.
Ako na miaka ngapi?
He's I think 74, 75, 76. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insanity. In the same video, and I'm going to continue. Wacha niruke kidogo. Ngoja. Okay, right there.
Hebu karibia mic.
Listen. Listen to this. Listen to this. Can you hear Betty?
Yes.
Hey, mom. Better. Oh, there.
Listen to this.
Very good. Nawe kutiri muragora atigo.
Nago kugotire muragora atigwo. Turaruta oyo. Turaruta mirago yothe guku. Here comes Daniel. Betty, I can't hear you. Did you mute?
Ongeza volume yote.
Favanti mushi uyo. Wegidaka adu makezi da goko. Goku kako yo. Tumalagero ne chifu. Tukatuboneke mushi. Yo ditejo. Twaruta wira uyu okuria ndari. Nikyo wira uyu rutitwo guo. Tukatwaruta
I'm going to send you this video. I'm going to describe what it is. You can attach it to this because we're going nuclear. I'm going to send you that. You can attach it on whatever video. Here, Martin said, "Gutire murago uratigwo." Murago ne turaruta, and you can even hear him saying, "Tajokira na hakso." Hakso ne awe gaze. Tadehera hakso.
They
Guess what
wanted
they
to
did?
demolish.
And let me tell you, I'm saying this is how God works. You are recording yourself committing crimes. And then you shared that video with us. Even though it was deleted immediately, I think it was just Alice had just seen it and forwarded it to me before it was deleted. Mulienda mukavandalize nyumba ya baba yenu. You broke all the windows. We have pictures. You broke everything. And then Dad went to police station to report. That was in the morning. Akirudi jioni, wamerudi tena wamevandalize. They took all the tanks, wakamwaga maji. They did a lot of nonsense. They stole the money that I had given him. Kudi, siafafa. They took everything. Literally, they stripped the house bare. So after this, me and Alice, check you again. One already wamekuja that little segment. Now we're planning for the big event. We went back there.
The dowry.
Yes. And we bought everything. Every single thing. We bought beds, we bought tanks. Tukafixio nyumba that it was so presentable, better than it was when they left it.
Let me cut you.
Go ahead.
Did you guys tell Alice's mom that you have intentions that, paying the dowry? Like how did she?
She was invited to the event.
She was, okay.
And she declined. As a matter of fact, I said when I was in California and I was talking to her on the phone at Auntie Cecilia's house in San Jose, she was cool with us. She was okay with me until she learned that I'm not going to do what Jacob Zuo did, who is husband to Sylvia. Yeah? While I said, yeah, by the way. Now, Dad, while he was talking later on with Jeremy, said, Sylvia, but anyway, let me deal with this one, because this one is mine. Dad. And now we came to realize, Dad was talking to Jeremy Damaris. This is not the first time you vandalized his home. When he ran away to Njoro, Namwana Muskize, you guys went and broke into the house and burnt Mulichoma Viduzake. He actually says, Nawakachoma Viduzake. That's second vandalism to the same home.
Yeah.
Actually third. Sabu walifanya hiyo ya kuchoma before, asubuhi wakakuja wakakatakata milango na nini, and then they came later while he was at the police station and stole everything in the house, including his money. Mr. Muya has gone through hell and back.
He has suffered in the hands of his own sons.
Mr. Muya has gone through hell. And Jeremy Damaris, that describes how he got beat up. Kuchapwa na watoto wake. how Martin, in front of a DO, DC, whoever, and the chief, aliambia baba yake dari hakili. Urera mushiari waku dari hakili. Mushiari yoko shiarete akedia nyumba yake. He sold his property so you could come to America.
Yani, those sons, they don't consider him now as their father. They take him as, I don't know.
So now, on that side, we have 3 kids out of 10. There's Alice, there's Agnes, and there's Anthony Kinodia, who is in Qatar. So let me skip forward, because this is too much. To where now we get to the real shebang, where now they really wanted to eliminate this guy. Alice, during my event, the big event came, and Alice had to go to Kenya. I couldn't travel, so Alice went by herself. While she was in Kenya, she wanted to meet her mother to request that cordial, oh, I'm here, can we talk? You know, let's discuss, please come to my event. She never opened the door to meet Alice. 3 attempts, and Alice never went by herself. She was there with Agnes. She was there with Francis Moriah. I told you guys to keep these. No, sorry, Paul. Charles Moriah. I told you guys to keep that name in mind because karma is real. Remember that boy that I said was working for me who introduced Danny to my business? His name is George Moriah, half brother to Charles Moriah. And now, Charles Moriah is bringing Alice to Mommy's door to help negotiate how Alice and Mommy should talk and get back on the same terms. Apologize to each other if there was a problem. But not because Alice has sided with Fafa and has done a very egregious mistake of bringing him back home. Umerudisha mzee nyumbani. How are we going to talk to you? How? They were not going to talk to her. She never spoke to Alice. The whole time Alice was there for how many weeks? 3? 5 weeks. They never saw eye to eye. Your mother, you travel from America, you go to Kenya, and your mother did not meet you once. So Alice decided, okay, she don't want to meet me, so how about you give me my property? I allowed you to be the caretaker of my apartment, and now since you don't want to talk to me, how about I get my property back? That's when we learned that Kizungumkuti had been cooked. The apartment had been handed over.
No, we didn't know yet.
We didn't know yet, but the apartment had been handed over to Daniel Njuguna, who allegedly is Anthony Mwaura Muya. We didn't know. We didn't know. But later on, I'm going to explain now when we get to that point. So anyway, wageni walikuja. We had a very beautiful event. We had outside catering. People were happy. The whole of Moshada showed up. People that know me, Amos Bogo, Awajiro. We were there. People had fun. It was a blessing. Guess who was not there at our event? Them. Mommy never showed up. Oliver never showed up. Alex never showed up. Martin never showed up. Jose never showed up. Sammy never showed up. Who was there? Agnes and Anthony Kinudia. Agnes's husband was there too. And the reason I mentioned that because I'm going to tell you something you probably haven't seen or deduced from our case. Alice was taken to go meet Mommy by Charles Moriah. And I said, remember that name. It didn't happen. Now, there's this guy here that I showed you earlier who was Dad's best friend, Rafael Ngugi. this man who helped dad, who was actually a true friend when dad was going through hell. This dude introduced this dude. Remember that face, because I'm going to talk about these two later on. This guy's name is Kameme, but that's a nickname. I think his name is Albert Geshaga or something like that. This is Geshaga or Kameme. This is Raphael Ngugi. And this right here, remember these faces, because this is what, those two is why we are here today. Is why we're sitting here at this table talking. So Alice couldn't get her property. She started seeking help. Ngugi introduced that guy, Dauga, Etawa Kameme. Hey, you know, that's a small issue. I know, Mzee, you're going through hell. They don't want to give Alice back her property. But we have friends who can handle this. Easy, easy, easy. They work with the land. They do this. They do whatever. They reconcile families. They work with the DCI. Alice called me from Kenya. And she told me, oh, you know, this happened. Mommy didn't want to talk to me, and she's saying like I sold my property or whatever. And, you know, Alice gave that story. She told me that she was introduced to this man, these two other men, not the friends that were there for my event, because this guy knew when I go gona, make sure everything is going good. This guy was playing part in the Gikuyu tradition. And they were dressed the same. Gray clothes with beads, going like this, looking all nice and sharp. They introduced us to these other faces that I'm going to show you. And they're very crazy, crazy faces. This man. Remember that face. This man's name is who? Ndongo. Joseph Kamau Ndongo was introduced to dad by Kameme and this other man right here. These two men were brought to dad because of Alice's issue with her apartment. They were introduced to dad that they were going to help Alice attain or get back her property. Alice called me and said, oh, there are these people that were brought to me and they're going to help us get back the property because mommy said that I sold and I never did. Okay. So what's the deal? Oh, they're asking for money. How much? Oh, down payment. You know, it goes with our worthiness of the property. So right now they want 700,000. I don't have it because we had already spent all that money on the event. I sent a little bit of cash to bring it to 700,000. Dad gave money, 200,000 of the money that I had just given him. And Alice had given whatever money she had left to make 700,000. Na story ilianzia hapo. These people had promised that Alice was gonna, and I told Alice, Nie, I don't believe that. But she was quick to shut me down because she said, oh, you haven't been in Kenya for so long. Everything you do over here, you have to give cash. Lazima upeane pesa. Ndo mambo ifanyike. And I agree because nimesaidia watu huko, even to go get an ID or a birth certificate. You have to cough something.
She really wanted help to get her properties. I believe
Yes.
that's why. Yeah.
Na umesikia, tumetoa down payment ya 700,000. Hawa wazee wamepewa. What did they do? They gave us some phones, some funny phones, Bonoko, those, because they already started covering their tracks. At you don't use a regular phone, use these burner phones to talk to us. Because we talk with government officials, we're going to be talking to registrars, we're going to be talking to DCI, whoever, and they don't like to be whatever. The reason they gave those phones, I don't know, but ulipewa kana gata kwa tururu ukapewa mlika mwizi Story kaanza. So Alice's time expired and she had to come back to America. Does she have the title? Nope. She landed. I picked up from the airport. And we started talking to those people. But guess what I did? Because I didn't trust these from the word go. Like the whole shebang did not pass the smell test. I recorded every single conversation I had with those people. Every single conversation. While somebody else was sharing snippets of Haria had a favorite narrative or Umnakata. But you don't want to tell the story prior to that, where somebody said, baba yako kehe. Because somebody said, kama baba ni okrofafa ni mudhuli. Aheti ya Kenya nyumba inesi ya Alice. You know who said that? Danny. Kama baba yako ni mzee, ajaribu afike kwa nyumba za Alice. Umemwita nini? When we share that story with those people now that are helping Alice, and they were also recording us, wakasema huyu jamaa anataka apelekwe Kinare akafinywe. How can you insult your dad? Unamwita kehe. But when they are sharing those snippets with Danny, wameondoa that segment. Ya alimuita kehe. Wanawacha ile ya wapelekwe huko kwa kafinywe. I'm going to tell you why I said that, because it makes sense later. Alice amekuja, tumeanza kuongea na wasee huku. Oh, sijui Ogola amekufa. So process him a halt. You guys remember Ogola? I think he was a chief of police or something. So we couldn't go to the government office to go meet the registrar or whatever. Betty, you may disappear.
I'm still here. I'm trying
Okay.
to bring you by yourself.
Yeah.
Because I keep moving around. Sorry, it's because I'm trying to see how I can bring you by yourself when I move out of stage, not
That's
to
okay.
look weird. Yeah.
That's fine. So, operation haikuenda vizuri because Ogola passed, and you know, government offices, they close. And then later on, this was the first thing they said. Why they were delaying with tactics. You know, tactics is we need money because this registrar does this, whatever. Some nonsense. At one point, Alice was asking, why are you telling me the title is going to come out of Naivasha, but it has to be signed in Nakuru? And that's how they do it. This was crazy. So Alice had already given, I think we had already given to like 1.7 million Kenya shillings.
That's a lot.
The operation. Because these people are telling you, and I have the recordings, which I have submitted over there, and I don't know if somebody has ever listened to that. They use government cars because they don't want to look unofficial when they go somewhere. So they are leasing cars, and we are paying for it. At one point, they said because of where the OBs dad had, this old man has gone through hell. Dad had reported all this stuff that was being done to him at Molo police station. And he was keeping evidence. You call them OBs, I found them. Look at that. All these are cases, OB numbers reported to Molo police station by dad, and the things that it was done to him. By who? By the boys. Wamemchapa, wamevandalize nyumba, wamemtukana. At one point, Daniel mwambia sijui uende uchukue nyama sijui za watu hii upikia hao wenye unapenda. Some nonsense. And it's gonna be part 3 of our segment. Because there's a question where, how come nobody was ever arrested for daddy's OBs? How come? So anywho, si tukadili na hawa wakora because sasa tunajua ni wakora. At the time, I knew, and that's why I was recording them. I knew something good was not going to come out of this. And I even spoke to Kamau because I was going to allude to the point where he told me, because these people have done so much crime, we are going to have them arrested. Watashikwa. Sijui tutawatafuta. Where do they work? Wanaenda mpaka mahali Martin anafanya kazi. They take pictures and they send, oh, tumemshika. Since we are over here thinking, nema agado ya ni real. No need to. And I spoke to Kamau and I told him, listen, I don't know how you guys operate. And I'm going to send you that clip. You can attach it to this. And I told him, bora musiwe mtu. As long as nobody dies, I don't care how you guys operate. You're asking for money. You're asking for too much money. I'm not seeing any paper trail. There's nothing happening. And I don't trust these people. But money had already been spent. So, anywho, later on, I insisted I want to see something. Alice is here. I'm here. You guys are just blah, 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 blah every single day. El fulela ulela stories lienda zikawa. But I'm not seeing anything. What God sent? Oh, walituma title. A title deed was shared with us. A title deed was shared with us. And we sent it back to Dad. There was a research done, and it turned out it was a fake titled deed. It was a fake title. I'm looking for it. I don't have a copy yet, but I know I'll find it somewhere. It was a fake title. So right there and then, we knew hapa kuna ushenzi inaendelea. We blocked them. You want to verify that? We also have WhatsApp transcripts. You can download them. Although it doesn't give you the picture, you can read the whole conversation there. From when we started to when we blocked them, na vile story iliendelea from there. We blocked them. What transpired, I think, a few days later? They are talking to Daniel. He was in Kenya. Story, sasa, si ya nyumba tena. It has been flipped. We have discovered you guys gave us a fake title. Na mnatutumia mpaka search ya hiyo title ndio tusiangalie. We discovered it was a fake title because we have that. Tuliangalia na tukajua hiyo it was a fake title. It was a fake title.
They were working together even from the beginning, but Alice and the dad did not know.
By the way, what I didn't show you is the damage they did to Dad's property.
Move it a little bit. Songesha hapa.
Wamevunja madirisha.
Oh my goodness.
They broke the windows. Hiyo ndio ile video walikuwa wanapigia mzee kelele. They were reported to police. Kuna mtu ashaishikwa. So I'm going to tell you something else. I downloaded this. I don't know if you can read it.
Approved services at Molo Court. Improved, sorry.
Improved.
Yeah.
Molo kuna koti. There's a court in Molo. Remember that. Nimage anyitiruo matoro igotini moro.
Jia kuvunja nyumba na all that.
Kuvunja na kufanya all this whatever. And guess who opened that court? Iyo ilifunguliwa na nani? Justice Maraga. Ndio ilifungua hiyo court ya Molo. Improved. See, kuna 4 sections, whatever. They have even women's toilets. They have men's toilets, and they have mpaka za juniors. I don't know why I spoke about that, but I'm going to tell you what I'm alluding to. So, I was there, kina Dani, mudogo wetu Alex, na Jose, nimwambiriria ku deal na mikora, ile raheriria Alice, nimekumwethera title. Dani ametoka Kenya, amekuja huku, amechukulia Alice restraining order, but not me. Amechukulia sister yake peke yake. Tumeenda kotini, and the judge was quick to ask, why are you saying these people are trying to murder you? He couldn't answer. I swear to God, I wish I could play that clip. He was like, "Oh, it's my, it's our, it's their, it's a family property." And then later on, ameulizwa maswali, akasema, "Oh, you know the thing my sister says 99% is not true." The judge was like, "So you want to tell me the properties in Kenya don't belong to her?" "Oh, no, she's the original owner." "So how comes it ended up in your name?" "Because right
Do
now
you
it's
have
under your
that
name."
clip from the hearing a little bit? Oh.
Oh, we have it. I'm gonna send you a link because it's a very long story. Because the whole case, we have the whole case, because in America, every case, you can buy the transcript, you can buy the sound. You pay to get it. We paid, we got it. Now, the reason he took the restraining order for Alice, we don't know. But that in itself gave us so much evidence that if we were to case whether you own the apartments or whatever, you said it with your mouth. Ulipewa na mama yako. And if you want to case about those apartments, Alice has to go to Kenya. And the judge was quick to remind you, Mr. Daniel, wewe ndio umeleta hii case ya kutoka Kenya hapa. But now you're telling us we cannot talk about the property that you stole, which actually in Kenya you tell him in them you bought. Alice would have to fly back to Kenya to go case about that property. Mumeanza kupanga njama na kina Kamau na kina Waithaka, Kameme na Ngugi. I'm going to talk about you guys the next segment. I don't want to put everything right here. But I don't know why y'all never went to support dad. Mnajifanya nyinyi marafiki wake. You guys brought these mikoras. How come you're not there anywhere to be found in dad's case? Where are these mikoras hiding in plain sight in a courtroom as state witnesses? Anyway, leo ni siku ya dadi. Wacha tuongee juu ya baba. But remember these faces. Because the day I'm coming to talk about them, I'm bringing the receipts. I'm going to play the sounds, them talking to us. I'm going to show you what they said, even how he broke down how money was spent. Whatever mnasema at 3 million. You're going to hear these men talking about how that money was spent. Registrar this, registrar that, registrar sijui what. Kwani ndo watu wauliwe? Alice had to give her KRA number, her passport, her driver's license, which you, Daniel Njuguna, aka Anthony Mwaura, when you came back from Kenya, you shared with the whole Kenyan community. Atiangalia what my sister was trying to do to us. You're sending her personal information. Kama mlikuwa mnauliwa. Kwani the registrar had to come and record your heads. Mulitaka register. Where was the registrar coming in? Oh, we needed a title deed.
That's crazy.
I know there's a clip you sent to people at Tulisema you are arriving at the airport. Yes, we did. Because those people were believable at one point. And they said you're going to get arrested and go answer charges at Molo police station for what you did to dad. But they cut everything prior. Tunapewa post ati Amos amenitumia picha yangu. Dude, you're on Facebook. I told these people download his face on a Facebook. They're like, bundles. They already knew what they were cooking. They already knew what they were cooking. Dad is struggling. Sasa conspiracy imeanza. I told you people remember who was at the homestead during my event. And I said, remember the name Muraya. So I'm going to show you something here. And I want you to look at it. It's a map. Can you see where Molo is? Molo is right here. This is Nakuru. This is Naivasha. I want to know, and I want somebody from the government or even somebody that works, why was Dad removed from here? You guys bypassed Nakuru, which is the headquarter for everything, even where you get mukaenda kumshtaki Naivasha. Why was his case,
because that's far.
why was his case removed from this jurisdiction where allegedly the crimes were committed? Mani nyinyi mmeshtakiwa kufanya vandalism na kila kitu. Na hamjaishikwa. But you were able to remove Dad's case from Molo. 115 kilometers. Mkampeleka mpaka Naivasha. You bypass Nakuru, which has actually better, it's like the center of everything. Mpaka certificate na vitu zenu zote mnachukua Nakuru. You cross Nakuru, mkampeleka Naivasha. I just showed you a paper that said Molo has a brand new court. Renovated, opened in 2018. Before all these shenanigans started. Mmechukua Dadi, mumeruka Nakuru, mumempeleka Naivasha. What is in Naivasha?
Probably
Who lives in Naivasha?
wanajuana na judges huko.
No. Martin lives in Naivasha.
Oh.
Where do Bekoras live? Kamau and Waithaka live in Naivasha.
Okay.
You know the court system. Mnajuana vile mnajuana. Because what you were cooking could not pass the smell test in Molo, because Dad had been over there reporting the crimes that were being committed at his homestead, na yeye mwenyewe kuchapwa. Kutukana na watoi. Mpaka mbele ya chief anaambiwa na akili. Mukamruta Moro, mukahitoka na Ikuru, mukathie Naivasha. Muthuri uyu aturaga huraga farafara for more than 2 years. Daddy armies mention on him. At one point, and I'm sorry, I'm going to spill the beans, Dad received divorce papers, final. Amedivorciwa in his absentia. And then there's a request to lipe alimony in a matrimonial settlement. Mr. Muya has gone through hell and back. He has suffered. He is still suffering. Why? After he sold everything, there was an agreement when you guys come to America. Dad made requests. Ametumia pesa zake zote, ameuza vitu. All he wanted, nemugoreka Nisani, because it was a thing at the time. Na mumuigire githikia mutu. Mukorwa atigwo guku toni atigirwo guku for a very long time. Uducio ndwekikire. What was said? Ayaga atumia mbia. Oh, he is on Jeremy Damari. Enda usikize huko. Ati ana bibi Nairobi, ana bibi sijui wapi, ana bibi wapi, ana bibi wapi. How do you guys know? Kwani mmeweka GPS kwa mfuko ya Dadi ati akienda mahali mnajua mahali anaingia? Mzee anaenda Naivasha. Naivasha for the last 2 years. Mnamtesa kwa nini? Why is he being punished? Anateswa kwa nini?
Anaamka mapema kwenda.
Mbona mnatesa Alice?
Kuitika na kesi haikesiwi, haiishi.
Oh, we'll talk about that in the third segment. Mr. Rotich. Obwajo. Nyinyi watu nyinyi. Ile kitu mnatufanyia nyinyi. Please clean it up. Rotich, I spoke to you over the phone for more than an hour, 37 minutes. You called us because something was released about Madame Gladys. Asking for a bribe from Naivasha. Speaking to Alice, anaitisha pesa. Ati yo tunajuana na... Ati Alice, nasikia wewe ni Mkikuyu, Dadi araikirio thĩinĩ atarĩ bodi. Rĩu rĩ, jaji ũrĩa wa igoti namba 4 nĩ toaine mũno ĩ. Ekwendaga tũthiĩ tũmuone cemba. I have the recording.
Yeah.
Tũthiĩ tũmuone cemba ĩ. Nĩgetha baba aheo anga bodi kana ikerwo whatever. You're asking for 200,000. 200,000. Si za kutoa dadi ama za kumwekea bond to speak to the judge. I want you people to go Google corruption in Naivasha court. It's not me. It's on Google. See what you read there. I am actually very suspicious. I have friends, some are in Britain, wengine wasijua wako wapi. Cases za diaspora. Hazitaisha. No. They are being prolonged. Why? I'm not going to answer that. Everybody knows why.
Because of the money.
I didn't say that.
Bribe.
Kesi haziisha. File ya dadi ya murder to conspiring to murder is separate. Well, manamba ziko. Our file, mimi na Alice, ni tofauti. So let me go back to, I lost that track a little bit. Wacha nirudi pale sababu nakasirika kidogo, but it's okay. I'm human and I have emotions.
Calm down, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. It's actually understandable. Guys, let me tell you, Amos is usually anakwanga composed but because of all the things they've gone through, it's a lot. Would you like, Ali, I'm almost naongea nikupatie like a little break. Hakuna mtu anaweza taka ukilala ukiamka sijui kuna court hearing nani hearing haisikizwi is a mention and frustrations left, right and center. And this is from family where like hizi vitu haziwaondokei, ni kama kidonda haiponi, ikienda kupona inaongezwa. And why? Because of one thing, they don't want to give the properties back. Ndio maana hizi zote zinakuja. But you know what, Amos, all this shall pass. One day, everybody that is watching, kila mtu anaelewa, all this shall come to pass. And we understand you guys are frustrated. It is frustrating. So thank you for opening up, and yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, so sisi tuko hapa tunang'ang'ana, we are raising 6 kids who are doing great, by the way. Alice just graduated and she made the dean's list twice. Si ati sababu ati kesi haziendelei, because my work for her is to block all these negativity and to keep her motivated. Namwambia soma, let me handle this. Vitu zingine na feature. Sababu najua
Was that invited to the graduation?
Hawezi kuja. How is he gonna come? He has cases pending in Kenya. And then guess what these people did? Wameenda kusema ati anataka kuhepa. Ati he's running out of the jurisdiction, anyang'anywe passport.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, hiyo tutaongea baadaye because it's coming. Let me go back to why dadi alitolewa Molo, mkaruka Nakuru, mkaenda Naivasha. Madam Gladys, sinakumbuka venye ulisema sijui tukupatie 200,000 ndio uongee na judge. Are you still at work? What was done to you? Was there any admonishments? Was there any punishment or whatever? Were you suspended for a little time? Ama hiyo ilifunikwa na hiyo story kaishia. Hii kesi imeenda court 2. Tumeenda. At one point, because it has gone for too long, these people started crying for wametushtaki. Lakini already washaanza kupigia koti kelele ati the file has gone missing. Mpaka I remember ati walikuwa na vibango, they hired boda people. Martin did, because those are not family members, and they were collected over there, wamevaa zile reflective vest, ati judge anataka mbuzi. What happened to Radin? He recused himself. Who explained why these people should not be doing what? Obwajo, you stood at the stairs over there with a big buckle. I remember. Ukasema, lazima tusikize pande zote mbili. But yet, you are right now the one person that's pushing for us to be extradited. Ati tumekosea koti heshima. You know, there are things we want to talk about, but I'm going to hold that for later. I'm going to consult counsel. Ndo aniambie kama it's okay to speak about that stuff. Because there are things there that tukiachilia hii kitu, it's not going to be nice for me. It's not going to be good for anyone. Lakini mmetunyanyasa. Mmetukosea heshima. Mudhuri ucio wa miaka 76. Faili yake ni separate na yetu. While he was being arrested, alikamatwa akawekwa Molo police station. He was there I think for a couple nights. Alafu akakuja akachukuliwa mpaka Naivasha. Who else was arrested? My dear friends, I said, and karibu nipoteza nini. At our event, there was Mr. Muraya. Charles Muraya, who is half brother to George Muraya, who worked for me in Brockton downtown, who brought Danny into my life. He was arrested. Muthuri wa watu araga Alice guthie kwariria mamua. Muthuri mwega muno, muthuri heta giteo. And I believe ginyo muthu uyu, he is as clean as a whistle. Andu aria mateithirie Alice gwaka nyumba yake walimsaidia. The brother Moses alikamatwa. So now they're building the conspiracy, because there's no conspiracy for one. Conspiracy has to be between a few people. George Kaemba, who lives in Bungoma. This is Agnes's husband, sister to Alice. While if Martin, did you rent a car and send somebody over there? Because I heard you talking to somebody over there. Mukaenda mpaka Bungoma, kukamata huu mtu. Rotich, you called me that night. I'll talk to counsel. You called us. And we had a very lengthy conversation. Why are you doing this? Martin, unakumbuka venye uliambia Kamau? You were reporting to him like he's your father. Ati nyo kuonorea maundu mekuhiuha. Uroranyitwo muthiri tondu ni anga ni nephew ya natembea ri. Nyo kuonorea maundu mekuhiuha. George Kaemba does not speak Kikuyu. Ucio ni muthoni guo. Na nikio ndoiga muri athoni matari thoni. Una rent gari, mnapeleka mtu mpaka sijui Bungoma kwenda kuarrest your sister's husband. Ameletwa mpaka Naivasha. Watu waliachiliwa. They were all let go. Because nothing was passing the smell test. The only person that was still left there, and it's very questionable, and I said he's clean as a whistle, was Charles Muraya. They flipped him to become a state witness. For what? Or Fafa was planning to kill his own kids. Those are the people that drew the map for Alice's homes. I don't forget things. If I hear it once, I remember even after 10 years. Charles Muraya, very respectable, very, very muthuri wa kanitha. Muthuri wa kanitha niwe muruga ati arabanga njuragano na Fafa. You think Molo, where he actually owns a supermarket, would believe in that nonsense? Moses, who's a respected, actually an older person, muthuri wa fata muthuri wa geteo. You think people are going to believe that Charles Muraya and Moses Muraya conspired with Francis Muya to eliminate his wife and 4 kids? Nonsense. Mulificha hizi stories za manyumba za Alice, mukaficha stories za mpaka hata kizungu imehepa. Nyumba guthukangio. Daddy amechapwa. Kara, agekirwo kara. Ni Dani. Aja ishikwa. You know what Ngugi said on one of the recordings that we have? Dad's friend. Kimundu kiu giukite guku gikoro kihana ndithi. Gioka gigaita mbeca guku guothe. Gikoro kihana ndithi. I have that recording. You suppressed everything. We cannot talk about Alice's properties, about crimes, other crimes committed. We can only talk about the conspiracy to murder. We don't even talk about the fake title. You don't let us. All these facts to Metuma, we released every single thing. All I had was the file has been retrieved because there's too much correspondence. And there's so much that was released, it's going to take time to go through it. Fine. 2 years later, still no file, still no case. Wale wameachiliwa, Daddy was left by himself. But like I said, there's no conspiracy for one. So what do? Now, because Dad has a file, I think it's F760 or whatever, we have another file or whatever number, they want to merge them. To give validity to Dad's case. Why he was in a conspiracy, niye, ndokire kumurashiria 2024, but at the same time, ndrenda guthie kuraga mami, na njurage ciana. Does it make sense to you? Does it make any sense? Can somebody answer me? Please type here. Does it make any sense? I'm in a new relationship. I'm excited as it could be. The next minute, oh, there's a conspiracy. You're trying to kill these people. Me at a cook says ginger. I could when I was back in Kenya. But you know, when you come to America, you live. I've been here for more than 30 years. There's a part of you that goes missing. We love pets. Because we change. The animal in you just disappears. Munafikiri hizi mambo tunafanywa na Daniel is only happening in Kenya. Let me touch a little bit of what he has done here. Tumeenda kotini. Before we go to court.
Just a minute, Amos. Just a minute.
Yes.
Naomi is asking what's going on here. So we are dealing with this. It's a long story. We cannot go back into every detail. So Naomi, feel free to watch the video from the beginning.
Yes.
Lakini ile to make it short, family, the brothers wenye walikuwa hapa wakarudi Kenya wa Alice na some of, I believe some of the, not all the sisters. Yeah. Wamesuu baba yao 76-year-old Kenya, wanampeleka kwa kotini all the time, wanamsuu na wamesuu Alice na Amos ati wanataka kuwaua. So all this is to cover up story ya ile property waliibia Amos. Walibia Alice. You can continue. Ni frustrations after frustrations, and the Alice and Amos are tired.
Martin, you asked me a question, I'm going to answer you. Live and direct. You want me to talk about the 3.2 million? I sent you guys, actually Martin nilikutumia video, umeni block. Kamau explaining the breakdown ya pesa vile zilitumiwa. Do you think we gave a chunk of 3.2 million tukapeana ati mwende mkauliwe? Where's your brain, Martin? And I'm glad you're here to listen to the facts. Wewe uliambia Daddy utamweka baridi. Ni ukumwekera heho. Martini, walire thoguo ni ukumwekera heho. Walire thoguo ndari hakiri. No korone mundurume athie nyumba-ini cia Alice. Martin, ulitukon kabla utoke America. We did a fundraiser for you ndo uende ukaoe. Did you get married? Ulienda kusumbua dad. Martin, you're talking to Kamau. Remember when you said Daninia hithete muno oi. Tondu hena tumaudu areka. You're talking to those mekoras who are state witnesses. All right? And then Goge, who is their friend, said maudu maya mathukania because those two colluded to cook this conspiracy. Na murareka kumarihana ni marutire wira wao wa kunyitithia baba na matuike aira. They did their job. Martin, how cheap is your head? Does your head cost what? 2 million, 3 million? There's 6 people, 4 or 5 people being killed over here. You think 3.2 million is enough? Have you ever took time to look at the evidence we have shared in the group? And I know you guys have prayer group ya Alice umeingia na manamba zingine bonoko. Have you ever looked at the evidence we've posted there? Martin, uko na bibi sahi? Huh? You are asking that you want me to talk about 3.2 million. What is 3.2 million? Dude, I make that in a month.
So
I'm a
according to
hard-working person.
them,
I wake
you
up
guys
very early
paid,
in the morning.
according to them, you guys wanasema you guys paid the 3.2. What is it our?
Now the question is, Alice needed a KRA number, a passport, all right, and all her documents for you to be killed. Have you looked at the transcript? Ushaisikiza kesi ya Dani ya America, because it's right there. And if you want, we can share the link. Betty, I'm going to send it to you. Enda usikize kesi ya America. Your brother saying alipewa nyumba za Alice na mama yake. How? Let me ask you, Martin, because you're here online. What transaction was there for you to hand over those apartments to Daniel Njuguna Muya, who is an imposter here, who is in America? Alikuonyesha nini ndo umpatie nyumba za Alice? Because they were in your hands. What did you give? What did you see? So I'm not going to pay attention to you. I'm going to talk to you about, guys, Leon is Dadi. But thank you for raising that question. So anywho, Martin, you live in Naivasha. But imetoa kesi ya Dadi Molo. That was by design. Wacha kuja hapa kwa line kuuliza maswali za ujinga. That's the only thing that actually favors your narrative. The only thing, the 3.2 million mnashinda mkisema hapa. But there's a breakdown for that money. There are receipts. And I said I'm going to bring those receipts when I'm talking about Mudo Itako Dongo na Mudo Itako Waidaka. I'm bringing the receipts. So tune in on that day. I'll show you how that money, 3.2 million, was spent. That has been going on Molo. Relentless. Relentless. Anamka asubuhi na mapema. So he could make it there by 7:30. Like I said, it was 51 kilometers. It's an hour something, 45 something. Na hana gari yake. Mumesumbua mzee kabisa, kabisa. I know he's your biological father. But go listen to Jeremy Damaris.
Wait, I'm Amos. I want to address this comment because I'm not gonna block any account. Whatever you guys have, you bring it here because Amos is here and we have time. So this comment, I want to address it. I'll let you address this comment. Negative and positive tunazi address zote. Ebu soma hii comment, I believe it's from one of them.
Yes. Nimeona comment. Kwani apartment ni zangu. Kuna mahali umesikia nikisema I want those apartments.
Can Alice, can you say something about this comment here? Because this person anaona ni kama Amos anakutaka juu ya property, like ya mali. Kwani wewe Alice ni mdosi aje? Umeweka Amos wewe umekuwa
Nigere. No akorira ndire ido.
Dole
kaja mimi sina. Kwenda ni huko.
Alice, can you please say something? Why is Amos talking on your behalf? Does he want you for your money?
Neko kwa riba mutumia ahika indo ciake ciothe ni andu ao. Indo akire cia kwata kire cia kugairwo. Atakire mugondo wa baba turarwira. This is my sweat, my blood. Na neasia na ciakwa. You have heard that before. This is for my kids. For my kids, I invested for my kids. You get that right. Now, it's not a family property. It's mine.
It's not a family affair. Anyway, that was a good question, but I don't want us to take away from why we
Yes,
were here today,
it's
and
a
I see we have
distraction.
been on for an hour 54 minutes. There's still a whole bunch of segment to cover, and yeah, questions are okay, you know, and maybe even later we can answer your questions under the comments. I can go over there and answer to your questions. But it's okay, people, you know, and I know when I was coming here to speak, I didn't know even the devil has followers.
Yes.
Even demons have followers. So I didn't expect
No,
everybody
it's
to love
okay
me
for them. You
and
know
praise
what?
me. And I'm
It's
not
okay
calling
for
nobody
them
a
to
demon. I'm not calling nobody a demon, but I also know they have supporters here.
Yeah.
So let me talk about this. The reason I'm here today, and the reason I injected myself in this case, me ni Mkikuyu who understands Adoni matihorago, no Adoni aya ni marajageire Adoni. Dani, ulienda Kenya, ukapeana simu yako, and I was texted ati umekufa. You were trying to set me up. I saved your number and then it popped up. It was that picture from Valentine's dinner. Lakini umekata kichwa yako. Umeweka mwili pekee. What did you say in court? Yeah, that what my sister is saying. I was trying to set the boyfriend is true because me and those two mekoras, we were sitting in the same table. Not at the same table, in the same table. And we wanted to see how he's gonna respond. You tried to set me up for the murder case. It didn't work. It didn't work. And you're still going at it. You're still pushing. You're still pushing. Leo tunaongea stories za Francis Moya. Nimetaja stories za mami kidogo because niye atumia ndema hatageteo. Na digotegora mami ha maundu mao na muthuri wake ni mao. I'm not going to talk about, oh, Fafa Kodo akaheagwo thumu. I heard something like that. Kodo ikagirwo mesiga akasia this. No, hizo story ni zao. But this man has suffered. And he's continuing to suffer. My question is, before we wind up, stories at Dadi, for how long? How much more do you want to drain from this man? A 76-year-old man. Martin, when's the last time ulinunulia baba yako anything? When are Dani? Na Alex. Alex, ulikuwa na mazishi juzi. Watu wengi wamekuja Kenya. You didn't even invite your people. Nobody showed up. We saw it on. Where? You watu ni wakora kabisa. You watu ni wakora. Wakora kabisa. And what you have done to your own family, tumejaribu mediation. We tried every single thing. Mama yako amepigiwa simu. My mother amepigiwa simu. Toka tomaginya Reverend Doro kathi yako kagaikara kou na mamu wanyu. Au kagatwira no ngai yokire. No ngai yogithie kou. Because you have put nuts and bolts in her head. So next time I'm coming over here, we're going to talk about what these people have done to us here in America. There's vandalism and property theft. Na sijaongea mambo za Anthony Mwaura, and I'm bringing a receipt here. The original. What has been done to him? That man, a poor man. Modo wale magia kwanyu, you stole his. Okay, that's for next time. Anyway, I want to appreciate everyone that came on this mtandao kutusikiza. Fafa nera mushokeria gatho. Andu aria othe marugamite na Fafa. Andu aria othe mamuhoyagira. Fafa nera mushokeria gatho. Mundu wothe wanatumira Fafa gashati because he has actually people bring things we sent to him.
Amos, I think we can bring your dad. Kuna mtu anaweza msetia kamera kuja hivi tumeenda live. I can even be at night when Kenya ni mchana.
So finally, before we log off, like what they had done to him is not enough. What they have done to him is not enough. Wameenda kwa koti juzi wamesema he's trying to be a flight risk. Anataka kuhepa anyang'anywe passport.
Hmm.
You're trying to create a narrative he's really a criminal, that even his documents should be pulled away from him. Anyang'anywe vitu zake ndo asihepe. In other
Bring
words,
his
you would
picture
actually
here.
celebrate. Sababu akihepa, mtafanya venye mmezoea. Mukathie kuu gwake, mukabujaga, mukaiya indo, mugieno na akorwo atari kuo. Martini ukoragwo na bata na nyumba ya baba na nituyu uguo. Na ni wathire nginya ugiaka kaburi kuu. Enda kwa Jeremy Damaris, please. Watu msikize. There is a grave yard. Usikie nika kurogwa. Atinia shosho wao. And then dad says, shosho hakuzikwa hapo. So, he would like to know who's in that hole. Mahali mlieka hiyo stone, tombstone. Thank you, Karoshi. Kwetu ni Moshadha. We have more than 5 hectares of land, which I have never developed. Na ile nimetengeneza ni kidogo tu ya kusaidia watoto wetu. But it got nothing to do with this nonsense that we're dealing with.
So Amos, what before we continue, what one thing that you want, you and Alice, what is one thing that you want to request these people or tell these people, because you've tried mediation, you've tried everything. We are here online, family, brothers and sisters. We are here for you, but tell them, because they're here, they're watching. Tamere uliogienda from your heart.
Mimi kitu moja nilikuwa nataka ni kesi ishe. And when I'm talking about the brothers and whatever, the sisters and everything, I will play that one clip where I said I hate what's going on. And I wish this could resolve as fast as possible. Ndo hata kama tumekosana, mtanda akae kwake, maybe a little later, we'll all heal. We'll start healing.
Yeah.
We can come back together and sit at the same table. As a matter of fact, even after Dani did what he did to us here in America, we befriended him. Before I went to Russia, he was sitting right across this table. My father figure blessed him, prayed for him. But I want to talk about that in the next segment. Tafadhali, wacheni kunyanyasa Dadi. Dadi anaumia. He is struggling. Mnataka muondolee bond, arudishwe ndani. Kwani mnataka kumweka baridi namna gani? Mnasema mnataka kumweka baridi. Kagwikira mundu heoka riki, atunywo passport, mushoke muthie mwikire mwikaga, aikio theinie. Somebody said, Jeremy Damaris was trying to interview one of the people, but that's on Jeremy Damaris. Ati hata Badadi akafungwa 50 years, they will never shed a tear. They want him dead. This is what we call reverse psychology. How do four men and a lady and another lady over there, you're attacking a 76-year-old man, and then munasema, oh, he's colluding to have you guys murdered. Mumemweka mpaka pastola. Martini wagwe tiruo horoshio wa meciga we oroka kugucenene kahaha. Tiende mwambĩrĩria gwetha baba. And guess what? Muguthie mumutige. I know it hurts you kumenya ati you spend so much money to build that wall of Jericho. Wakaga gwaki, kuu nĩ gwaku. Ithu nĩ ndendagia mĩgũnda. Nduo yomwe ĩyo wendagia wĩikarage na ũthondeke wĩthondekere. This is very, very sad. And it's draining. We are tired. We are bored. We are bored to death. Like his story tumepeana his story for the last 2 years. You don't want to hear this. It has to end. But please, I'm pleading with the government. Look at the facts. Tumetuma vitu that everybody ignores. Transcripts. Kuna kesi ya kutoka America where Alice and Daniel walikaa in front of a judge and he stated what he stated about being given somebody else's property for free. The only thing that is making us continue doing this, because he also swore, and I'm going to play that when I'm talking to them, it's going to be his voice, not mine. Why do you think nyina wa Alice atetagwo nyina wa Jenga kana nyina wa Oliver kana nyina wa Danieli kana nyina wa whoever else? Etagwo nyina wa Alice. Kinya ne inyue murahura Alice mugaga ni nyina wa Alice. Because she's that one person that made you guys succeed. She took care of you. You guys during moral clashes mlienda kuishi kwa hizo nyumba za Alice. Daniel, you promised Martin or Max, one of Alice's first son, when he turns 21, you're gonna return the property. That boy approached you because he's in the university and he had a discrepancy. He needed to pay some amount. Akwambia, because you're collecting mommy's rent and you said unatuwekea hizo pesa, why don't you give me that money so I can pay for my tuition? You know what he told that boy? I'm taking care of them. Hey, Google. No, he's online. He can attest to that.
This one, Macau Oasis Company Limited. Hii ni company ya nani?
See you later, Martin.
That's nothing.
Yeah, he just left. I have to see you later.
So this one say bye, look for something better to do, poor bloggers, sijui whatever.
That's Martin.
That's nothing.
That's Martin. Who's your Jenga? Macau. Uko unakwenda ya Macau. Endo katafuta makao yako badala ya kwenda kutoa baba yako kwa makao yake.
Na hawaogopi, you know, one thing people don't realize, Martin na wale wote wana watch. Is your siri. This one is broadcasted for all to see. Mmekuwa mkiwa nyanyasa kwa how many years, and now they have decided to come online. Nyinyi mko na pesa, mnaenda kotini, mnabribiana, nao wanakuja wanasema what's going on. Mmeharibu majina zao. Amos, Alice, and their dad, and your father is majina zao mmeziharibu. Unaona? So that comment is from that guy. Guys,
that
can you
guy
see?
Is the Macau, whatever Macau, he sells land.
Yeah, look at his comment.
Kabisa. Macau Oasis is this dude right here.
Msinunue land from that.
That was my
person.
roommate. This guy was my roommate. He conned us before he left for Kenya. At the end of war.
He left America, aende akafrustrate watu until when Martin give up. Wachana na kesi. No, let me say this. All Amos and Alice and the father want. Ni mseme shida yenu ni gani, hii kesi ishe. Watu wa move on. Hamwezi shinda makotini day in, day out. For
2
what?
years. 2 years plus.
For what?
Mention. Sasa dadi alibaki peke yake kwa kesi yake. Sasa sisi mnataka tukuje. So we abandon all we are doing. Some of us are self-employed. Tuache vitu zetu huku tupande mandege, tukuje tupate hata hakuna faili. Tukuje mention. I'm online with you people. Nimeongea mpaka na judge. Tunaongea na yeye hapo. Hujai niuliza swali? Hujai niuliza swali yoyote? Ndiko nilihora wajina wa Alice. Nimeona hiyo question. I'm not going to talk about no. No. Hiyo Alice ataongea juu ya mama yake, sio mimi.
You are a wise man. You are a wise son-in-law.
I'll fight my fellow men. Mwenye tunapigana na hawa kina Daniel Njuguna. Mkuja hapa, uongee ukweli. Daniel, I wish you could put a question here, say why you took Alice's property and why you came over here to court and say that you ulipewa na mama yako. And if she wants those properties, she'd have to go back to Kenya. Umepanga njama gani ndo akuje Kenya? What are you planning with kina Kamau? You know I'm bringing those receipts. What Kamau told me they were conning us. Like not everybody they have is visible. They have people in secret. They have other people running in the shadows. Please, this thing could have resolved a long time ago. Tungekuwa shai pengine resolve, tusharudiana, watu wanatembelea baba yao, mama akae kwake. That's fine. Daddy akae kwake. that's fine. Lakini tungekushaanza kuheal. Please
Huyu
resolve this case.
Martin anasema ati we have just started. Amos hawatakuja. They know the law. They are not coming. They are not. It's not even safe for them. Amos and Alice never take a flight. Never. They
Kiza.
mean evil to you guys. Wanataka waende
No, he can say
wakamalizie
whatever
huko.
he wants. He can say whatever he wants. I mean, I understand the law. I'm not a lawyer, but I know how things work. Martin, where ka huko? Ka Kenya. Wacha niulize
Kwa
swali
nini
moja.
wana insist
Sasa,
Alice
because
waende
you guys are
Kenya?
pushing me, you guys are pushing me. Let me say something. I'm going to ask a question. A simple question.
Wait, Amos, let me ask my people this. I'm going to ask all the 294 people watching here on YouTube. Hata sijui ni wangapi kwa Facebook. I want to ask you, do you think Alice na Amos are supposed to take a flight, should take a flight, go to Kenya to answer for a mention, not even like a final hearing or whatever, for court mention? Do you think these people, they should do that? And at this point, do you think it's safe? Let me know in the comment section if Alice and Amos should take a flight and go to Kenya.
Let me tell you why I don't want to talk about Mami while they're answering. You see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
Hii ni passport ya Agnes.
Mm-hmm.
Agnes ni sister ya Alice na ni sister ya watu wengine hawa, whose husband was arrested for this conspiracy to murder nonsense. Look at her date of birth. Can you see it?
Yes, 1985. Is that?
What month?
30th October.
30th October 1985. Guess who else carries that year's birthday?
Mm.
Daniel Njuguna, aka Anthony Mwaura. My question is, and I don't get the mami. Any mama yako alizaa watoto wawili within 5 months.
No, because they faked the documents. Obviously, for
I
Daniel.
didn't say that. You said that. That was a question I just asked.
Yeah, that's what it tells. Like that, how can the children be born same year, same month?
Same year, different months, like 5 months apart. So let me ask another question. I said I didn't want to talk about mommy, but I'm going to ask this other question. Her names are Rose Wanjiko Muya. Why are you addressing her as Rose Njeri Muya? Even in her documents, even in court. Mbona anaitwa Rose Njeri? Njeri ni Alice. Alice Njeri. So why is mommy Rose Njeri? I'm done. You know what? Let's spin off. Tukutane when? When's the next?
You know me. Okay, it's because it's been 2 hours. Me, I'm not tired. The viewers here, they're not. Huh?
I just want to get my receipts ready because I want to talk about now what happened here in America in 2021, what Dani has done, what evidence we have, and what Martin, that guy that's over there, blah, 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 asking questions, says to Mekora. And I want somebody on this line to ask me, how did you get those recordings?
I feel, and everybody here said, Martin, you can see the comments. Everybody here says, Amos and Alice, no matter how much they try to push you, no matter how much they put a warranty of arrest. Somebody sent me a message yesterday. Akanitumia kwa TikTok. Akaniambia, Betty, ninaona hii warrant of arrest sijui inaenda viral sijui where. Ni wale watu ulileta hapa. Yes, they are the one. And that is why Amos decided to come here on live and tell you kwa nini wamepewa hiyo warrant of arrest. Sasa watu watapewa warrant of arrest warudi Kenya. They really are pushing for Alice and Amos to take a flight and go to Kenya. For what?
Can I tell you people something? I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to say it.
Say it.
For those warrants of arrest to be released, there are people that I have never seen online. I never seen Sylvia. I never seen Oliver. I never seen Mami. I never seen Martin, who was in court but still logged on. So I don't know who was using the other phone. I never seen Anthony Mwaura. Nah, Daniel Njuguna. But he was logged in as Anthony Mwaura twice. You have never been logged on. So my question is, what did you know? What inside job was there for you guys to know that that day was the grand finale, that something big was happening? So you're all logged on so you could hear with your ears. What transpired for you all to log in? I've never seen all of you. And when I saw all of you, and you guys think I'm lying, I have the clip over here. Oh, trust me, I collect.
Evidence, no case.
No evidence, no case. No evidence, no case. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. Oh, here it is. What Wakwapa on that day?
Previous Tuesday, nobody was there.
The previous weeks, the other Tuesdays that Daddy go to work, only Martin shows up. Alex don't even go to court. Never logs on. Sometimes you know, Jose. But this day, that day for the warrants to be released, they were all there. So my question is, who informed you that it's a wrap? And what you've been paying for or you waited for was going to be delivered on that day that all of you logged in. Can somebody answer me?
They logged in because it was a celebration. They wanted you guys to be arrested.
The question is, how did they know? How come they never logged on before? We always log on.
Obviously, when you bribe, you are told, you are informed.
How do you say that? You're
chambers.
saying that. How do you say they bribed? I'm just saying, how do they know? I want people to fill in the gaps.
Mhm.
But it's okay. Some things, the quiet parts are said out loud sometimes. Maybe it's dying.
But Kenyan courts are so corrupt. I feel, it's not fair, and especially when it comes to a case kama sasa unaona hii ni baba. Hata wala wanakulanga, mimi nasema hivyo, mimi nimesema. How my judges, how my lawyer, nini. Wakiona baba wa miaka almost 80 years, amebakisha miaka kidogo afike 8. Vijana wake wako na nguvu. They are the one wanamshindisha kwa mbao. How? Kwa nini, guys?
There is court in Molo. Why remove this man from here and skip Nakuru all the way to Naivasha? What is in Naivasha? What is special there?
Man, just for the mention. It's so unfair. Very unfair for their dad. Martin, because you're watching, would you like your children to do that to you when you are almost 80 years? No, unaweza taka watoto wako, Martin, because you are watching. Unaweza taka watoto wako wakushindishe kwa court. Danny, you are in America. You can work for yourself. Give your sister her property back na hii kesi ishe. Alice does not want anything else. All she wants is her property. History ishe. History ishe. That's all we are, and that's why we are here. We are not here to, I'm not here to look for views. I make my own money. I work hard for myself. I did not ask Amos and Alice to come so that they help me trend. It's all about give your father peace, give Alice and Amos peace. Kila mtu aishi maisha yake. Kila mtu kwa hii dunia ana struggle their own way. Lakini kushindisha Alice, Amos and your father in court, it's not fair. It's inhuman kufanya baba yako. Wewe huyu mzee amevaa miwani hapa. Who are you? Why are you doing this to this family? What, you know the truth. You know why. You guys lied to Alice. Hawa, mulidanganya Alice ati mtampatia title. Kumbe, Mnampatia fake title alafu mseme ati sijui mlikuwa mmelipwa na Alice muue watu wao. How can Alice na baba yake waue watu sita
You send
familia
us a fake
nzima?
title.
Fake na wape fake
Yeah.
title.
Kameme. You brought these people. Why aren't you in this case? Mbona sijai kusikia kotini? Mbona sijai kukusikia na ndo lilete hawa wazee? Rafael, Ngugi. Mbona hukwenda kuandika statements useme hawa washenzi wanadanganyana because you are part of the scheme?
It's not fair.
Modo wate idhiria ukamwandikiria ginya but you know what, tukari horo amekora next time. Kabla tutigane nao. Because I want to bring the receipts. I want you guys to hear their voices. Right now, you have that, you have seen their faces. Na kama kuna mtu anachezwa deal because they're always doing those shady deals, be careful. Na nyinyi watu wa serikali mnachukua kesi za diaspora, mnanyanyasa watu bure. Please, muache tafadhali. We are struggling over here. We work day and night. We are helping so many. You know, Mswahili alisema mkulima ni mmoja lakini walaji ni wengi sana. Let me raise those.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I have destitute kids that I'm raising. Helping. I'm paying school fees for people. Lakini hapa makesi. I'm raising my kids over here. I'm trying to live a good life. Lakini wapi? Stories keep coming. Alice is strong because she's a prayer warrior. Alice amepita mtihani vizuri sana. Vizuri kwanza kabisa. And she's going back in because she's been accepted. And I'm sorry I'm bragging. To go do her BSN in September. But you guys are busy trying to disrupt that. And guess what? You will not stop this. She will graduate. The kids will do fine. They're gonna graduate. They will go live their lives. Hata mkiwanyang'anya hizi vitu zao. Serikali ikisema ati msiwahi rudisha, ni sawa tu. These kids will live. Ati jamaa anauliza ati yo, listen. Mimi nimesomesha Alice. I paid for her tuition. She's right there, she can tell you. I'm not a bum. I get up early and I go to work. I'm sorry for bragging.
No, you're not bragging. We all do. The only thing is hautaki hiyo headache. Day in, day out. Na wewe.
Lakini nimetukanwa and I'm gonna bring those receipts. Somebody called me a drug dealer in court. Somebody said that I'm a bum. Nimekuja huko hata sina suluari. Sijui. Atende gethuri kio getirutaga wira. Getindaga toro gigithaka ngemu. Na giokire gitare wanda wea. Ne? Mmetukana lakini unajua matusi, it does not stick and it's not going to be in my head forever. As a matter of fact, the only time I remember this nonsense is when we're talking about it. Otherwise, when I'm living my life, mina enjoy tu vizuri kabisa. Kabisa. Hata tukitoka hapa, tunaenda sherehe. Tukimaliza hii story, we are invited somewhere. We're going to go and chill back and relax and have to vent. So, nikienda huko naenda ni kule dhufu. Gathufu no mwaka thunywe gathufu ka mburi omothe.
Lakini unajua Amos, kama hushikili, let me tell you, that is the way it's supposed to be, for better or for worse. Imagine a lot of men will not support. Unaona venye Alice amekuwa frustrated na watu wao. Wanaume wengi wanaweza ondokea. Waseme, hey, kwani niliingia familia wenda wazimu. You know, a lot of men cannot put up.
Ningeapa, to be honest with you, I thought about it. It's not like I never thought about it. At the beginning kabisa, nilikuja tumeanza story, sistaki amenitukana, ati ndathire kurashia na pesa cia mathiko. You know, unajua vitu zingine unaambua unaona ni kama it's like a joke. And then I'm like, and then I realized what had happened before I came. And I said, you know what? Now this is my fight. This is my fight.
For better, for worse.
Alex, I know you're online. And I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about you guys the next segment. Ulisema hatutaishi na Alice. She's right here after 6 years and counting. We have that text. ati adoli au kuachwa. Wewe ulihepa ukaenda Kenya kukula vitu za Alice mkiwa na Martin, ati mnaenda kuuza makompyuta huko za recycle.
Sasa kama haungekuwa una support Alice, surely Alice sasa hata ungeweza kusoma. You know guys, Alice graduated, by the way, congratulations. She's
Thank
an
you.
RN. Ni RN?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, RN. Na amesoma na hiyo pressure yote, stress yote, and
Thank you,
Amos
Jesus.
has been
Thank you, God.
by her side.
Yes.
Martin, have you congratulated your sister? You know she's an RN. Wewe. Akina Dani, respect this girl. She has really worked hard.
Before I pen off, because we're not to end at 2 hours and 25 minutes, I want to talk about these two gentlemen right here.
Who are those?
That shorter man is Dad's only living brother. And that's Dad with a black jacket. The only reason Dad is not in jail today because that short man who is so poor, lives in Girigiri in a mad house, gave his title deed. Ya mugoda nigetha baba ume. Na nikio kwira wona Gikuyu ndukanairire karagita hunyu.
Wow, alipatiana title yake.
He gave his title deed so that his brother doesn't rot in hell.
Wow.
And he cried when Dad was arrested.
Hebu play hiyo clip ya huyo mzee akilia.
He cried when Dad was arrested.
Do you have the clip?
Yes, I can pull it up.
Guys, hebu sikizeni hii clip. Huyu ni mzee, huyu mmeona hapo. Alikuwa analia.
8 years old analia machozi. His brother ameshikwa.
Play it. Yeah.
Oh, let me find it. Give me 1 second.
Ndio watu wasikie, sio AI. Haya, unajua kuna family zingine they are crazy. Wengine ni crazy, wengine imewekwa spices. Kama sasa hivi.
Listen.
Ongeza volume. Alafu
Bring me speaker ya juu. Tuweke surround. Wacha naongezea sauti, naweka kwa surround speaker. Betty.
yes.
Wacha niletwe surround speaker tuweke hii ndo sauti itakuwa juu kidogo.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you know, it's been a while. Thank you so much, guys. Now, imagine our over 300 people, hawajachoka, they are listening. We really appreciate your support. As we said, we are not here to look for fame, but all they want is justice na maombi kwa wingi. This family is not leaving them alone, guys. The brothers. Baba yao amechoka.
We've been pushing and pushing and pulling and pushing, but every time there's a ton of events. Tukienda hivi, tunaanza hiki. Hii kisha, wanaanza hii. It's horrible. Is it dead? No, it's on. Wacha ndakuchezea. Let me hook this up to no, it's actually logged in. Can you hear? You tell me if this is normal.
That's crazy.
Muthuri wa miaka 80 ararera brother yake ni kunyitithio ni ciana ciake. He
Imagine.
went and gave the last thing he had, his title deed for his a little parcel of land in Gilgil. Nigetha mũrũ wa nyina aume.
That is so
Na tondu
heartbreaking.
mwena mbia ri, tondu mukena mbia cia gwika maundu ri, no ni weciria no athie akire muthuri ucio kanyumba. Atige gikara nyumba ya ndoro.
Hmm. Anyway, yeah,
Let's
that
do it.
is.
Now, bado amjasikia. So wait until we come back with the receipts. Next time I want to talk about, yeah, that guy there, over there. Yeah. What you have done.
Sasa watu wanasema ati wanaochi polygamist. Hii sasa ndio itakuwa series. Sijui tutaiweka mpaka kwa Netflix because it's a long story. Amos and Alice want to clear their names and clear their so that when you watch those news in Kenya on TV, on newspapers, when you see them, you know what's going on. You have heard from the horse's mouth.
So, seriously, to wind up.
Yeah. So
If you go and Google Francis Muya Naivasha, go and Google Francis Muya Naivasha. Tell me if this is normal. Kwaneka thoguo atene muragani uyo mzee hangeenda Molo Center because people want to spit and slap him on the face. Because he has been accused with murder, conspiracy to murder. Alice, the only way she was going to clear dad's name was to do the same thing they are doing, waking up from Tandao. She had to go online.
mm-hmm.
Guess what? It flipped overnight. Do you know who doesn't go to church today? Mommy. Why? No. Because people know the truth. You can deduce that, you can squeeze. This is like, even a sugar cane is soft. You can see the truth. It's right there. It's pouring out. And we're pleading with the court system. Please, give us a hearing. Look at the evidence. Wacheni kutesa mzee. Wacheni kutesa mzee. Mimi mpaka tushaitumiwa warrants of arrest. Zimekuja na WhatsApp. It's a joke. Tunatumia warrants of arrest. It's not the first time. Zilikuja na WhatsApp. Jose, ulitutumia mpaka wewe sijui. I don't know how you got the copies of warrants of arrest ukatutumia. That's how stupid and corrupt this stupid thing is.
Amos, is it possible we organize so that your dad can come on a live? Alice, kuna venye tunaweza pangana.
Yes.
So Max has responded and said, breaks my heart to hear my mother crying over her father being arrested. Now imagine they want to do the same to me and my siblings. Momo tunye mami wao. Shianaishi, mura guys, your nieces and nephews. Moma tunye nyina. Ainokyo. Ore mwe kirefafa wanyu. What's your name, Max? That's our son.
Oh, that's your son?
Yes.
Oh, igaiwa moyo.
Ore
Guys,
mwe
let's
kababa
pray for this
wanyu.
family. This
Nego
thing
mwe
is not
kashianaishi.
normal.
This thing is just dumb. It's just dumb. Let's call it like it is. It's just dumb. It's demonic, evil, and dumb.
Uh-huh.
Adimutoi, like a child of, like he just turned 21, as a matter of fact, can see what you guys are doing to your guka, his guka. Now you want to do to your mother, his mother, and me. Those are my friends. And guess what? They love me. Because one person advised me, Akanambia, Wenda gukenia ciana cia Alice. Medere nyina. Love their mother with all your might. They will make a turnaround. We are very good friends with me and my kids, all of them. We hang out, all of us together.
Anyway, let's finish up. We'll continue. We can come back. By the way, it's a weekend. If you want to come back, Kenya ni saa ngapi sahi? Tomorrow? No, tomorrow maybe. Tomorrow morning, if you want us to continue, kama watu bado hawajalala, we can. Or maybe sometime later, watu hawalangi mapema. We can, probably not later because I might end up doing some things here with my kids.
Betty, give me an
but
appointment.
really we'll come back
Tell me
for more.
Tell me the next time you want me to come here. I'm bringing receipts.
We can, or we can do it recorded and then I post after. We can even do at any time and then we, unakumbuka venye tulikuwa recorded instead of coming live. Sahi ni 8:50 p.m. in Kenya.
Yeah, 8:48.
Because we don't want to make it too long and it's a lot. So next time atakuja kuambia huyu brother wa hapa, huyu sasa, huyu anawasumbua kabisa, huyu wa hapa and like everything, every single detail.
I will bring the receipts. As a matter of fact, you know, when we're going to case with him, because we have a case coming up on July 21st, he better put his receipts together. Tell that man, put your receipts together. Yeah.
That brother had one time he called me to kunipatia uoga konyaderia guoya kojera dikari maudu maya.
They like to do that a lot.
When he called me, I was like, does he even know who he's talking to? Because me, I'm not gonna buy his uoga, you know, because me I'm not si ati na take sides. It's the nekihoto, you know, or toradhi nakihoto. Ukweli usemwe. So, and that is the same thing I told him. I said, I'm not here to take sides at your favor, Alice. It's about what is right, what is wrong. Leave your dad alone, for heaven's sake. It's not even funny. Give your sister the properties back.
I got receipts. I'm bringing all these. I'm looking for Martin. I'm looking for...
Sawa, thank you guys so much for being here for such a long time. I might come back again. By the way, Alice, one thing kabla to get view.
So you better say something and be nice to people.
Amos, we really thank you. You've been nice. Thank you for the courage. Yeah.
All right. All I can say, thank you so much, Betty. Thank you for standing with us. And I want to say thank you to everybody who have logged in and anybody even who's going to listen to this even afterwards. We have really, really appreciated your support and your prayers and your encouragement. We work hard. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all that I've been working all my life and somebody is there enjoying my fruits. My children, they're supposed to be enjoying the fruits, not an old or a man who's grown, who has his own, or who can also work for himself. And to my family, I can say have been disappointed, starting with my mother. And I can say that because this is the truth. I have helped my mother for many years, even to be the caretaker of my property. I've never asked for a dime, simply because I was not foolish, but it's because she is my mother. She rejected me, but guess what? I don't have another mother, and I will never have another mother. Kogo kana niadeanirie kana ki ni tondu hena kiria eritwo na kiria arona. Riria ndamuteithirie ndari mwega, no riu ni decided akaringithia murango. Why? Because hena kuria riu araria. But you know what? Ngai uria wi iguru niwe wonaga. You know, I have done so much for my family, and I can brag about that. I do all the amoro. They know me. They know Alice. Now, you know what? God has blessed me na muthuri uyu. Uyu niwe muthuri uria Ngai achagureire. 20 years ago, we didn't know we're going to cross lines. But unfortunately, or fortunately, we are together. And let me tell you, this is a personal decision we have made together. And this is not a family problem. My relationship is not a family issue. That's all I can say. I know he's listening. You know what? Let me tell you. And I just hope Dokarira not to ready. That's all I hope. My brothers, I hope when I knew Mutikana na motoredi. You guys, what you have done, I don't know. Nide motumia na nyumuri aduri. Inyo ni nyuma gyo ukora mugeto tara, tairetu, amoya. No inyue, ne nyumura atu oni ore haro shirowago. I'm not here to fight in a modo. All I've been requesting from the word God is my property. And if you could have come clean, even my mother, ajeria terere, nidredi ruani urediria nyoba, urediria neke, urediria besa sigana. Mutige domanira na kugo muge nyoba neragorirwo, nige woka goko nyoba ne aheanirwo. Na when tigeire we mami. Why? Because I could not travel. I could not go back to Kenya like many people here in America. Many people abroad cannot go. But who do you trust? For the first person you trust is your mother. Even before you trust your dad. Unfortunately, I trusted my mother. After the first loan was taken. Come to realize, she has never been there. She refused to open the door for me. What do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? What am I saying? Because this thing could have been resolved then. But what did you do? Your personal secretary, who is my sister, Sylvia Duo, already, she's one of the people who destroyed my first marriage. And she knows what she did. She cheated with my ex-husband. Because he's not in my life anymore. The same woman, she's the same woman who's working day and night to destroy this one. But unfortunately, she doesn't work in America. Who is this person in America who does not work? No, I've raised my kids for many years by myself until I got a helper. When she's a home, stay home wives. What has she been doing for many years in America? Nothing. My brothers, most of them have no wives. Why? Because she has destroyed. Most of my brothers' wives have been kicked out because of her. She's an instigator. She is an instigator. Because of what she has done to my brothers' wives. But you know what? What goes around comes around. My sister, you don't have a perfect husband. Perfect. I pray for you, God to give you wisdom. All I can say, for the last part, mutigane na fafa. Ona moga kumuhekiria mukumuhe, ona mutimuhete miaka mingi. And I feel bad I had not given him, but guess what? I went, I repented, I did what I'm supposed to do as a woman. Kemoshokia kafuti, kemoruta heho. Ona inyue, there's no other way. You gotta do that. No mukirira mutikana tureri. Mutigana na fafa. Until next time, we are going for the next segment. But we'll let you guys know. We will put it over there like we did today, and we'll let you know the next segment. We are going step by step until we have to expose everything that we have gone through. Money is not everything. Money cannot change the truth. Money cannot change the truth. You know what? If it means like on a President Ruto, we'll have to sit down and figure it out. Why is the problem? That's where we work. That's what we're going to do. May God bless you. We love you from the bottom of our heart. We are sorry if we feel a little bit aggravated, but we are humans. We go through stress. We cry. We feel heartbroken. We feel disappointed, frustrated, name it. But guess what? Above all, we are thankful to God for this far. Thank you, guys, and we love you. We love you. We love you.
Adios. God bless you all. God bless. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.